Hello everyone, I'm Autobot Sonic the Telltale Gamer, bringing you something Telltale Games, Transformers, and more. For today's review, we're going to be looking at Transformers Cyberverse Season 1, Episode 12, Teletraan X. Now, unfortunately, Cyberverse has proven me wrong in the fact that they have not, in that the next episode would be much better than the last episode's Sabotage. And, I mean, this isn't like worse than Sabotage, but it's not a great episode either. I gotta give Cyberverse credits for having another full modern time storyline only, or a present day storyline only episode. But again, it doesn't work as well as it does in, like, for example, Whiteout, where it was just great pacing and all that. This one, it didn't feel good at all. Like, there were some good parts, and the ending does set up an interesting plot point for future episodes, but at the same time, the 85% of this episode was not that good at all. So we're gonna go over everything this episode did right and what it did wrong. So this episode takes place a little bit after the events of the last episode, Sabotage. Bumblebee and Windblade are still on the run from Slipstream and her Seekers after they lost their ship, having had blown it up after they were captured by Shockwave and the rest of the Seekers. So after being nearly caught by them 3 times in one day, Windblade and Bumblebee decided they need to split up in order to find any more Autobots signs after nearly getting caught by Slipstream and Novastorm again. But before they split up, Bumblebee finds out that there is a distress signal from an Autobot coming nearby, so the two of them together decided to go check it out and find this old military silo that they travel down into. In this silo, they find an old ARC drone named Teletraan X, who it claims to be like a complete copy of the ARC's computer, and therefore they could use him to read Bumblebee's memories and learn where the Kingdom of Dinosaurs is, as well as where the ARC actually is on Earth. So, but before they can do that, the Teletraan X reveals to them that that the distress signal was a trap. So they end up getting captured by Slipstream alongside Thundercracker, Novastorm, Acid Storm, and Thrust. And Slipstream demands Bumblebee to help them access Teletraan X so that they can find out where the ARC is, but Bumblebee refuses, and after a little while, he and Windblade manage to escape, and so the two of them end up going through a quick chase to throughout the silo, which ends in the two of them finding their way back to the surface. But as they're climbing back up, they're overwhelmed by Slipstream and all our Seekers, and in a last-ditch effort to escape, Windblade seals the silo shut and tells B to make a run for it with Teletraan X stuff, then tells him to use him to find the ARC. So Windblade is left behind and is captured by Slipstream while Bumblebee and Teletraan X escape, and the two of them head off to find some place to hide and figure out what to do next. And that's pretty much where the episode ends. Now we're going to get on to the cons this episode, and frankly, there's a lot more to talk about the cons than there is the pros this episode. Really, the cons of this episode is just nothing happens this episode except for the last 10%, like the last maybe 30 seconds or last minute of this episode. Really, nothing happens. It's literally just this whole episode is just full of stupid jokes. Like, there's this whole running joke throughout the episode that Teletraan X will only give information to Bumblebee because he was part of the crew of the ARC, so he basically just yells "not crew" at anyone who isn't part of the ARC, and this happens throughout the entire episode, to the point where it gets really, really annoying. And the fight scenes in this, if you can even call them fight scenes, there's not a lot of fighting at all in this episode. There is one, the Windblade's sacrifice at the end, where she jumps down the silo to hold off all the Seekers while Bumblebee and Teletraan X escape. That was probably the highlight of this episode, but other than that, nothing happened in this episode. There was nothing really appealing about this episode. The dark environment of the silo, it wasn't appealing at all. Just nothing about this episode really, really worked well. And I mean, at least the plot of it made sense. It was just that it was a really boring episode, and not aside from the ending, which definitely has potential for the next couple episodes to be pretty cool if Bumblebee and Teletraan X are going to be together for maybe all but the last episode when they get Windblade back. That's a pretty cool concept, but other than that, it's just, this episode was not very good. And so that was my review of Transformers Cyberverse Season 1, Episode 12, Teletraan X. If I had to rate this episode, I would give it a 6 out of 10. Definitely the second worst episode of Cyberverse by far. It was completely boring. The fight scenes in it were total snooze fests. The environments weren't good at all. Like, I didn't feel immersed in it. It was just really bland, and the only thing interesting again was the ending, in which with Windblade gone now, what's Bumblebee gonna do just with Teletraan X? I'm excited to see where this goes, and hopefully Hasbro manages to make the next episode a lot better than these last two have been. So that's gonna be it for this review. I'll be back tomorrow with episode 13, Matrix of Leadership. If you like this review, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later.